Hi everyone, it's good being with you again. Today we'll be dealing with a baccalaureate national exam, and we'll focus only on the language part. So it's baccalaureate national exam 20, I think. Let me see here. Uh, yeah, it's excuse me. Yeah, it's 2011 recess session humanities stream. So let's go to the language part. We'll go straight. Here we go. Here is the language part. Okay, so A, exercise A, match each expression with its appropriate function. So here are four functions, A, B, C, and D: complaining, expressing opinion, offering, apologizing. And here we have two statements, okay? Number one, I personally think that women shouldn't stay at home. Okay, so you need to pay attention to this expression. Personally think. Okay, so having this expression in this statement suggests that this statement expresses opinion. So B. Number two, I'm really late. I'm really sorry. I'm late again. Uh, I'm really sorry. Sorry. Okay. The word sorry here, okay, implies apologizing. Okay. So one with B and two with D. Exercise B. Fill in each gap with an appropriate phrasal verb from the list. So here is a list of phrasal verbs: set up, write down, grow up, log on, stand for. Okay, so set up means to establish or to start a kind of business. Write down, to write something down, to jot down something, to write something in a piece of paper or in a book. Grow up, grow up means to become an adult, to get older. Okay, log on, to enter a website. Stand for means, stand for means. Okay, mean, stand for mean, sorry. Number one, you can't to your Facebook account if you forget your password. So Facebook account. So you can't do what? Log on, log on to your Facebook account if you forget your password. Number two, Samir wants to look his own import export business. So set up. Samir wants to set up his own import export business. What's next? C. Fill in each gap with an appropriate word from the list. So number one, Eddie Murphy was born in New York in 1961, is a famous comedian. So here we have three relative pronouns: whose, who, and which. Whose, we use it to express possession, so it's a possessive relative pronoun. Who refers to a person, and which refers to a thing. So here we have Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is a person. So of course, and here was born in New York in 1961. Okay, so we need a subject to this sentence. So we have to use who. Sorry, who. So Eddie Murphy, who was born in New York in 1961, is a famous comedian. Number two, my aunt promised me when she gets to Amsterdam. So promise, and here we have three forms of the same verb: calling, ing form, to call, to infinitive, and call, their infinitive. The verb promise, the verb promise should be followed with a to infinitive verb. So of course we need to opt for this, to call. Promised to call. Promised to call me when she gets to Amsterdam. D. Give the correct form of the words between brackets. Okay, word derivation. Number one, it is, and here we have danger, to ride a motorcycle without wearing a helmet. So it is, here we need an adjective. So danger is a noun. So the adjective that we can derive from this word danger, dangerous, dangerous. It is dangerous. O-U-S, to ride a motorcycle without wearing a helmet. Number two, here is your new computer. Take, and then here, careful of it, Sammy's father said. So careful is an adjective. Here we need a noun. So we have to delete F-U-L, okay? And then take care of it, okay? Care. E, put the verbs between brackets in the correct tense. My parents moved to the city before I was born. Okay, before I was born. Uh, so I was born, this is a past action, past event. But this action happened before I was born. So here we need to use past perfect tense. My parents had moved to this city before I was born. And then by the end of 2012, so remember that this exam took place in 2011. So we are imagine that we are now in 2011. Okay. So by the end of 2012, so this is a future event. By the end of 2012, by the end here means before 2012. So in this case, we need to use future perfect tense. We will have lived here for 20 years. So we can use future perfect simple or future perfect continuous. Future perfect simple, we will have lived here for 20 years, or we will have been living here for 20 years. Both options are possible. F, join the pairs of sentences with the linking words given. Okay, here number one, Amin is a fan of Real Madrid. Full stop. His two brothers like FC Barcelona. Whereas, so here contrast. We need to insert this word whereas between these two sentences. Okay, so the sentence goes, Amin is a fan of Real Madrid, whereas his two brothers like FC Barcelona. Okay, and full stop. Two, Najib and his friends collected money. Full stop. They wanted to plant trees in their school. Here, in order to. So here we need to express purpose. They wanted, so Najib and his friends collected money. Why? Because they wanted to plant trees in their school. Okay. Najib and his friends collected money in order to plant trees in their school. So one sentence. We come up with one sentence. G, rewrite the sentences beginning with the words given. Kamel doesn't have a driving license, so he can't drive his father's car. So this is a real present situation. Kamel doesn't have a driving license now. Okay, so he can't drive his father's car. Okay, so this is true. It's real. Kamel had, past simple. If Kamel had a driving license, he could, instead of can't, could, could, could drive his father's car. Number two, the members of the association may elect a woman president. A woman president, so this is passive voice. A woman president, this is the object, okay? And here is the verb, may elect, and here is the subject, the members of the association. So this sentence starts with the object, so we need to use the passive voice. A woman president may be elected by the members of the association. May be elected by the members of the association. Three, don't leave the window open at night. The mother reminded her son. We need to report this imperative statement. Okay, so this is negative imperative. The mother reminded her son not to leave the window open at night. The mother reminded her son not to leave the window open at night. Okay, so here is the end of today's session. Okay, thank you so much for your attention and see you another time. Okay, take care, my dear friends. Goodbye.